Every generation seems to look with horror at the next, crippled by the fear of what will happen to the world in the hands of those kids. But hopefully this program can instill some hope that not only will everything be okay, but we might actually be better off. There's no clearer example than the student you're about to meet. In this episode of Senior Spotlight, we travel to Lincoln High School, where one senior's quiet, constant, unwavering quest for success has overcome many odds and ensured a brilliant future. In 3 years of Senior Spotlight, we've highlighted many amazing students from each Sioux Falls Public High School, but we've never seen this. Out of 7 possible daily periods at Lincoln High School, senior Marcy Zere has filled 6 of them with advanced placement classes.
I don't think I've ever counted, but I took one sophomore year. I had 4, I believe, last year. And then I have 6 right now, so 11 by the time I graduate.
That sounds like exactly like her. I mean, she's, she's driven, obviously, and she wants to get the most out of this experience. I mean, she's not looking to get the easy way out. And to me, that's one of the things that stands out to me is her drive and her passion. And taking all those AP classes sounds exactly like her.
So I've had students in the past that maybe have 4 AP classes, and they'll come up and go, Mrs. Brown, there's just so much work. Can I have a couple more days, on something, some kind of big project? Until I went into looking at writing her recommendation and wanting to present her in the best light that I could, I didn't even realize the load that she had. And that says a lot about who she is as well, because she's just takes it on, and I'm gonna do what I need to do to be successful. And even though all of us teachers would step alongside of her and help her, she's never asked for anything more or above and beyond anyone else sitting in that room. So yeah, you're right, it's amazing what her load is this year.
She's a quiet, diligent, and non-stop worker, which is nothing new.
Marcy was a student of mine in both accelerated and AP chemistry. So I had her as a freshman in accelerated chemistry and as a sophomore in AP chemistry. Accelerated chemistry and AP are 2 of the most difficult classes, I think, here at Lincoln, at least according to the kids. And she just did an outstanding job. It is difficult, and coming in, a lot of kids don't have the math background, or they're not used to the detail and the work that it takes. And she's a grinder. She was able to put in a ton of time, and she really did, like I said, really well. She was an outstanding student. She was quiet. She kind of just went about her business, but she was very detailed. She was competitive. She didn't want to miss a point, and rarely did miss a point in both classes. She enjoyed it. You could tell that she wasn't just motivated by getting the answers, but she wanted to learn the material and really understand what she was doing. And when she didn't, she came in for help and asked questions and really put the time in. So great work ethic and just an even better person.
Marcy's a very diligent student. She is detail orientated, which is why math works really well for Marcy. She is helpful in the classroom, but is extremely respectful. She's not disrespectful at all. She's just a shining star, quite honestly, academically. She brings a unique perspective to the classroom. She's always willing to explore a topic deeper and not just want what the answer is. So as far as a teacher is concerned, it helps with just that deeper explanation, because sometimes students can explain something in a way that a teacher doesn't, and other students catch on to that a little bit easier than what I do in front of the classroom. So she's been a great asset.
Having students like Marcy in the classroom is not just great for other students, it's great for teachers too.
For me, it makes it fun. I mean, it was enjoyable having students like that in class, and Marcy was somebody that I enjoy coming to work every day, because you get to teach kids that want to be there, that want to learn, and did such a great job. But in terms of the class, I mean, she just was a role model, and somebody that other kids could look to see this is how it's done, and this is how things are done. I mean, she was great in the lab in terms of just kind of being a leader, being organized, being prepared always. And then her write-ups were well written, and she did a great job with that.
Marcy's success speaks for itself. She doesn't need or seek out praise or accolades.
She just quietly went about her business, and she did things the right way. And her character and her integrity and her, just the type of person she was it always shined through. I mean, you never had to. She was respectful. She was, mature beyond her age. Having somebody as a freshman in accelerated chemistry, that's a challenge for anybody. And you wouldn't, based off of the way she acted, you wouldn't know that. And so she was mature beyond her age, and I was just an outstanding person.
That's what's unique about her. She's just, she's willing to help out any way that she can, but she's not going to take advantage of anybody. She's going to get there on her own with her own hard work, and understands the responsibility that she has. And she's just a wonderful student. Matter of fact, I would say that unless you've been around Marcy in her vicinity, students don't understand how bright she actually is. She's very humble, and she is one of the brightest I've had.
But she did seek out help in paying for college, and found it. Rather, she earned it.
The process for me actually began in junior year around March, because they had a college prep scholar thing for the juniors that they could apply for. So I applied for that, and I found out that I got in. And so throughout the summer, they were just sending me emails of tips on how to successfully fill out a college application, specifically the Questbridge one. So I sort of worked on it during the summer, but I took a little bit of a break. And then at the end of September was the actual Questbridge college match. That's when it was due. And then it was mid-October I found out that I was a finalist, which meant that I had half a month to complete all my college applications by November 1st. So I submitted all of that by November 1st. And then December 3rd is when I found out. And I found out sitting in calc class, because I got the email and I told myself I had to wait until I got home, but I just clicked on it and I looked at it right away, and it was great.
Marcy is Lincoln High School's second senior this year to earn a full-ride Questbridge Scholarship. And perhaps this says more about her character and her quiet commitment to excellence than anything else. When she found out she won,
I was fortunate to be one of the teachers that wrote the recommendation for her scholarship. And I have her 7th period in AP Calculus, and she found out during that hour. And I think most students probably would have been screaming and jumping for joy, but she waited till the end of the period so that we got through everything we needed to. And then she came up to me and was just absolutely elated, gave me a high five and thanked me so much. And she thought I had done so much, but really it was Marcy and what she's done with her academics. It was awesome. And then you know how proud they are when a few weeks later I got a mug, a university mug that will forever sit on my my desk and remind me of her and the wonderful things that she has done, because I've really only facilitated the learning. She has done all the hard work on her own. She's a great kid.
she kept it to herself until the bell rang.
She did. She kept it together. And she brought one other student up with her, and I could tell, it was the end of the day, the bell had rung. I could tell that the student was beaming, and they were waiting to tell me something. And I was the first person I just felt honored. I was the first person that she told. And she was just humbly reserved, overwhelmed, I think was a good word to describe how excited she was to get this opportunity. And she's going to use it to the full extent of what she can. She's going to do great things for the world.
Well, I know it's a highly competitive situation, and this year, fortunately, we were able to have 2 kids, and both of them were students of mine, and it's awesome for first of all just any student to get it, but these 2 people that were so deserving of it to get through the process, and then the opportunity that the scholarship provides is awesome for these girls, and they deserve it. So.
It shows that Lincoln obviously can produce a lot of great students. I mean, the teachers here are really helpful. I had teachers help me with my, my English teacher, she helped me with my essays and reading them over. Letter of recommendations, they were super kind about writing them, even though I told them a bit last minute for some of them. And I mean, they help you throughout everything, and that's what's really great. It's a community here, and it's really supportive.
So all of her hard work is paying off. Next year,
I'm going to be at Rice University down in Houston, Texas, studying chemical engineering.
and she's really looking forward to it.
I think the fact that everything's going to be so new is that's what makes it so great. Because, I mean, I'm not going to know anyone going to Rice, but I've already started talking to the people who have also gotten to Questbridge and are matched with Rice. So we've been talking and like planning stuff out of like, okay, what days are we going to move in, and like just making new friends and like all the new opportunities for learning there. And also Houston itself is huge, and it's going to be a fun time there.
Until that time, there are still 6 AP classes to finish. There are her many clubs.
NHS, there's Math National Honor Society, and then also Science National Honor Society, which I just like to be a part of because if that's my major and I'm going into STEM, it's nice to see other people who are interested in the same things. And I also, with salsa, it gives volunteering opportunities for throughout the city, so you can help like different groups of people, either like raking around, raking the leaves during the fall, or pancake days, which is coming up.
Her job.
Interestingly enough, I shop at the place that she works, so I see her all the time. So she spends a lot of time like working, which that with her academic load is enough.
And volunteering to help other students with their schoolwork.
So on Monday and Wednesday, I do study buddies from after school to 4:30, where I help tutor kids.
But I also know that she works with the Study Buddies program here at Lincoln, and those are our students a lot of times who need that extra support and extra help. What's great about Marcy is she's not intimidating then, because even though she could probably run circles around most of those students, she's able to break down the knowledge and just humbly help anyone that she can and take them to the next level. So she does a lot of things outside of school on top of the high academics that she attains.
It does leave little time for the pleasantries of life, like sleep.
I'm like barely getting by at this point, but I would say the morning, as long as I can make it through the morning, and then the last 2 classes go by a lot faster. So the day's over, then I get to go home, which is the best part. I don't even know if I can call it a sleep schedule, because I'm a strong believer in naps. So usually when I get home, I just take a nap. It's my little bit of break, and then I just do my homework. And there are some nights where I barely get any sleep, but it's all worth it to me. Just a little sacrifice.
Marcy credits the atmosphere and faculty and staff at Lincoln High School for creating an environment where students can succeed. While her teachers agree, they're also quick to point out the amazing effort it takes to do what she has.
I think obviously highly of Lincoln High School, and I think it's a great place, and I think that the teachers here and the staff here do a great job of developing these kids, but also at the same time, the kids have developed such a work ethic and made academics a priority here. And like you said, Marcy's got 6 AP classes. Well, that's a credit to her that she pushes herself and challenges herself. So, and you see that, and I think the culture here at Lincoln is academics are important, and Marcy's one of those leaders that students can look up to and see, hey, she's doing it, I can do it too.
I would like to say it has a lot to do with the teachers that are in these AP upper level courses, because I think that we work hard to empower all students. And we just are fortunate to have the diversity here. And I think our student body just takes anyone in. I think we're a very accepting place. We just have a very accepting atmosphere here. I do think our rigor is definitely there, and so it takes a special student to handle all of that pressure. And I do think that both of these young gals, and Marcy for sure obviously has grown up with a little bit of extra pressure, not just within her academic setting, but her home and personal life, and I think that's taken her to the next level of being able to just take that all in and produce something that is positive where most students her age can't do.
But growing up as the smart black girl in class wasn't always a pleasant experience.
I went to Hawthorne Elementary School, and then I went to Whittier Middle School. But growing up, you're already singled out mostly for being the only black person in the room. And it was always just like a weird feeling of knowing that, because like whenever, let's say, race is talked about, all eyes are on you and they expect you to speak about it. And then there's already sort of everyone's pre-connotations about Black people and necessarily, I guess, their education level. And so if I were to do good on something, it would feel weird to, you know, be like, hey, I did really well on that, even though I know my peers could talk about it. It was something that I just couldn't feel comfortable talking about. And so it was pretty much like that growing up. I would say once I got into high school and I just at that point stopped caring that if other people looked at me differently because of that, then it didn't matter to me anymore. And I realized that I can't keep doing that my entire life, so I better stop now before it keeps going on.
But she hopes her experience is something younger students can learn from.
I would just say, you know, keep going even though you feel like no one else is going to be there with you, you know, to, you know, all the young Black girls that are there, like, hey, it's okay that you may feel singled out, but once you get older, you'll realize that it's fine. You can find someone to connect to, even if it's just your family. And, you know, there are opportunities there for you to, you know, branch out and be able to feel accepted for your academic success and being a Black girl.
Because there are teachers out there who inspire and instill a love of learning in girls like Marcy.
I remember my kindergarten teacher. I know her name was Miss Stacy, but I do know she got married, so it's probably changed. And so I remember she was always pushing me to go forward. When everyone was writing one sentence, she'd be like, oh, well, I know you can write another one. Keep going until, you know, you have a question. And when everyone was learning to read and I caught on a bit quicker, she gave me more books and kept challenging me to push farther and know that, like, just because everyone else is here, that doesn't mean you have to stay there. You can go a step farther and push yourself forward.
12 years later, and she's still moving forward fast.
I don't know that she's limited by anything. I mean, her future is unlimited, and I know that she wants to go into something with science and chemical engineering, and so I guess her future is, I mean, she's going to be a leader, I think, in that realm in terms of things that she can do, and I wouldn't be surprised with anything, I guess, and because she just is such a good person and a good student and intelligent. And, she's got all the characteristics that you look for in somebody that's going to be highly successful.
I think she's going to be just a shining star in our world, quite honestly. I think that she is going to reach levels that most students can only dream of. I fully expect to see her being the humble leader somewhere in something, whether she goes into research, whether she goes into STEM. She's going to do amazing things. Also, just being a female, she's going to be a leader because, you know, there's just, especially in the STEM world, we don't have as many females entering in, and she's going to be able to run circles around any guy that there is. She's amazing.
Marcy's secret to success is simple. Never, ever stop.
Whenever there's just like a problem, just like keep searching for a solution, and like there's always a way around everything. Even if you can't do it, you know, find maybe it'll be more work to find 2 other ways to do it and you can't address the problem directly, but just keep pushing forward and know that it will get better as long as you keep finding solutions. You know, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to afford going to, you know, a private college, you know, far away from home, but I kept searching and I found a full ride scholarship that I could apply to, and I obviously did, and it worked out. So as long as you keep finding solutions and keep pushing through obstacles, you're going to be fine and everything's going to keep going.